Here we go!
Hey, what's up, Blue Blurs? This is Gamer Blake 90, presenting you guys with the next video for my Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough series, of which we are halfway done. In this video, we're going to be diving straight into the Sonic and Knuckles series of stages, starting with the Mushroom Hill Zone. Now that the launch base zone is behind us, we have finished all the base stages associated with the original Sonic 3, and now we're headed towards the finish line. But before we do get into this video, I know y'all are peeping that cut. It's almost a shame I have to wear this half of this series as I end up hiding this clean look away from y'all, but I do have to keep to my promise of wearing this for the sake of a certain redhead that's going to be showing up any second now. In fact, yeah, there he is down there in that tunnel, checking to see if the coast is clear. Then he pops right on out, presses the switch to block off that tunnel from the outside world, and then goes on his merry way. So, Knuckles, you've obviously got something to hide. You want to let us in on it? I asked you a question? Oh my god, look at me. I'm trying to talk to a hat and expecting a response from it. Whatever. So we're gonna have to go and find out for ourselves what exactly he's hiding from us. Or we would, but a little bit of a hiccup here. I jumped into the stage before recording this video, went into a special stage ring that was originally here, and then exited out of the game like a dummy, which is why you don't see that ring here anymore. I did not know the game would lock you out if you entered a special stage ring but didn't actually enter a stage. That might be a little confusing to you in case you're unfamiliar with this game, but fortunately there are plenty of big rings to find in both this stage and the ones that come after. So, everything will be made clear when we do find another big ring. For now though, we're gonna get started with the Mushroom Hill Zone. A stage that doesn't exactly tickle my fancy all that much. Like, it's there, obviously, and it was a common sighting for those that only have a Sonic and Knuckles lock-on cartridge to experience Sonic 3, rather than the whole version of the game. And frankly, I feel for anybody that has never got to experience a full version of Sonic 3. That was almost me at one point. But, as fate would have it, I had the privilege of experiencing it in its entirety as a kid, and it was never the same for me after that. Knuckles sure changed up the formula for a Sonic game in ways I never imagined that he would. And Sonic evolved as well. But yeah, Mushroom Hill Zone, a stage that has also appeared in the Nintendo 3DS version of Sonic Generations, in case any of you out there did not actually know that. I didn't for a time, because I didn't get to play the 3DS version up until I turned 30 years old. So I was out birthday shopping, I happened to find this on shelves, well, Sonic Generations 3DS on shelves, sorry, and I was like, I wonder how it would be if I played it on the handheld. Well, the handheld that came before the Switch anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just grab it and see how well it goes, and it went a lot better than I thought it would. For one reason involving a particular stage that has been one of my absolute favorites, and that was the Emerald Coast stage. I had no idea it was in the 3DS version up until recently, so that was a purchase that I did not regret at all. But anyway, we have here one of the multicolored big rings. You might be wondering, the original big rings we found in the last 6 stages weren't quite multicolored like this, so what could be the cause of that exactly? This would be it. When you first enter this hidden domain, also known as the Hidden Palace Zone, or an extension of it anyway, the Chaos Emeralds that you collect in Sonic 3 are all deposited onto these podiums that seem to resemble the petals of a flower. Only they are without their power. But there is a way that you can restore their power and make them even better, turning them into what is known as the Super Emeralds. And the way you do that is, I think the first stage is right here in the middle? Yes, it is. By jumping directly on top of an emerald, you will begin a Blue Sphere special stage. And if you complete the special stage, you'll turn the Chaos Emerald into a Super Emerald. And since I'm pretty sure you're probably making this guess right now, yes. By upgrading the emeralds to a Super Emeralds, you will in turn upgrade the transformation that Sonic undergoes when he becomes Super Sonic. Or in this case, Hyper Sonic. This is what we are playing to unlock right now, and I just now realized I may have inadvertently collected all of the spheres that I should not have quite picked up yet. Let me think about it. Those spheres should have been saved for last. You know, the groups of 4, because I was trying to go for a perfect bonus, but I might not be able to do that right now. Let me see. There's like 18 spheres left, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that means there are 2 groups of 9 left, so I had to bum myself out of a perfect bonus. I guess it'll be the one special stage in the game where I don't get a perfect bonus, and all because I was not paying attention. But that doesn't matter. The ultimate end goal of all this was to get the Super Emerald, which is right there, baby. The first of 7 Super Emeralds to be collected. Same rules as before when it comes to the Blue Sphere special stages. You get all the Blue Spheres, and the Emerald is yours. We did get to continue, although that's not saying much because this game has a save file system. Why do we need continues? Anyway, look at that. The first Super Emerald's all fired up and ready to go. Now we need to repeat the process with the 6 other Emeralds in the Shrine, and Hypersonic is all ours. That will also unlock the good ending in turn. Although I think if you grabbed all the Chaos Emeralds of Sonic 3 but not the Super Emeralds, you will still sort of get a good ending? Sort of, anyway. The endings work kind of weirdly depending on whether you grab the Chaos Emerald but not the Super Emeralds when you're playing the complete package of Sonic 3. I don't entirely know, because to be honest, every time I play this game, I always get the best ending. Nothing less than that. So I couldn't even tell you how the bad endings work at all. In other words, that's a symptom of being a little too good at this game, pardon the bragging. But not so good, but I could keep my bubble shield as I ended up losing it. Not that you really needed it all that much. It is technically a first stage. So this isn't known for a difficulty curve. We'll think of it as sort of a warm-up session before we get back into a challenge of Sonic 3, if you know what I mean. Alright, we're gonna come up here, pick up these rings, and yeah, as you can already see, you can't go super. Now that you deposited the emeralds into that hidden palace shrine, you're not going to be able to go Super Sonic until you've unlocked all of the Super Emeralds. At which point you will then get the transformation effect back, only it'll be 10 times better when you do. Fortunately, there are plenty of big rings to be discovered here and in the stages beyond, but a large part of it involves having to take the upper and the lower pathways throughout Mushroom Hill to get all of them. Or as many emeralds as you can anyway. The most I remember collecting from this was usually 5, but because I inadvertently passed up on that first big ring by exiting out of the game, that number's gonna go down to 4. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I don't really think I talked about this state all that much, but Mushroom Hill Zone, also known as one of the worlds that are found within the Sonic movie universe. Like, if y'all remember, in the initial Sonic movie, there was a map Sonic carried around with him when he traveled in between dimensions. One of them depicted a world made entirely of mushrooms. I want to bet that that's the equivalent of the Mushroom Hill Zone from the game. At least I want to hope so, because it'll mean that Angel Island will play a part in some way. But then not long after the movie came out, Knuckles was confirmed to be in the sequel, and I had initially planned to make a video talking about that, but I have yet to do that, so it may be a while. Either way, that definitely confirms something, that if Knuckles is involved somehow, so is the Master Emerald, and it further leads me to believe that the Mushroom Hill Zone, part of the Angel Island, will in turn be featured in the sequel. Might be why they're going to be filming the movie in Hawaii in addition to Vancouver. At least, that's my hope anyway. I don't want to get my hopes up in case I'm wrong. Anyhow, let's get back to work here. Gotta pick up the second Super Emerald. And we should be getting the perfect bonus this time, because earlier, I jumped over a box of spheres where a line of red spheres was first in line, so I had to time my jump so I would cross both that and the first blue sphere that was directly behind it, so I collect them in the shape of a box. Because once again, you gotta pick up your spheres in the shape of a box, and you'll turn them all into rings, and add to your perfect bonus. Which we had managed to get with this second Super Emerald. We should have gotten it with the first, but all because I wasn't paying attention, I ended up breaking the streak. And sadly, that might mean we'll not break the score of at least 1 million points for this playthrough, which was secretly what I was hoping to achieve. But ultimately, this is just a casual playthrough meant to represent the best of what this game has to offer. We're not really in it for the sake of the scoring or whatever. Did it all just for novelty's sake. So with 2 Super Emeralds in our pocket, it looks like we're already at the end of the stage. But I swear there's another big ring around here in an upper pathway. At least I think? I'm having a hard time recalling, but I'm looking at the clock right now, and it's saying we've been in this first act for like 6.5 minutes. I don't want to risk a time over just to find a Super Emerald, and there's more than to find in the second act anyway. So, we'll just go ahead and get to the first act boss, which is simple and clean. No, not a Kingdom Hearts reference. All you gotta do is jump into this guy 6 times, and he is no more. You don't even need to let him get started on hacking away the logs that he would use as weapons against you. Well, he flings branches of the logs at you. Nothing really special to it, just stand underneath him and keep attacking until it's done with, but be careful because while he's turned, you don't want to jump into the fuel thrusters on his lower side or those will hurt. So if he does turn around, wait for him to turn back around while he's not swinging at the log, and then continue mounting your offense. Other than that, really nothing to it. Knuckles, on the other hand, is up to his old tricks yet again. He's smashing the heck out of that lever and taking us to a different area in the Mushroom Hill Zone, which has rapidly undergone a seasonal change. Now, I know the seasons tend to differ between different regions, but I know for a fact that the seasons don't change that quickly, least of all over here. So, what in the world? Something is up here. We're going to find out what exactly that is. Alright, so these catapults made of mushrooms, they might remind you of those catapults seen in the Hilltop and Starlight Zones. These are less lethal though, because those silver pads that you use here to rocket you off the catapults themselves, they don't have hitboxes, which was a nice change. Whereas the catapults that came before all did have items that had hitboxes. Oh, and something I never touched upon when it came to Sonic 3 is that in between each act, the soundtrack is completely different. And of course, the background undergoes some subtle edits as well. Well, some are subtle, others way less so. Take Angel Island for instance. The first act is as clean as it can be, and then in the second act, everything is on fire. For Mushroom Hill, seasonal changes are involved when you are transitioning between the acts. The mushrooms go from red to a weird-looking purple. And if I remember right, they kept this detail for the modernized Mushroom Hill Zone in Sonic Generations 3DS, and I thought the modernized take on this stage was pretty nice, in all honesty. The classic, on the other hand, was, to be honest, a blatant ripoff of the first act, just like with Green Hill Act 1. Nothing was changed about them whatsoever, they were just kept as they were. It's only when you get to the full-screen version of Generations that a little more originality is involved. Not that I mind it, it was fun all the same. So here we are in the third special stage where we're going to be going for the third Super Emerald. If I remember correctly, there are 2 of the big rings that I can grab here in the second act, so I have to rescind something I said earlier. I thought the most emeralds I remember getting from Mushroom Hill was at least 5, but had I capitalized on that first ring in that tunnel earlier, we would have already had 6 after the first zone. Whoopsie! But, well, one way or another, we'll get all of them. Whether it takes up until the end of Mushroom Hill of Flying Battery, we'll definitely have all the Super Emeralds by the end of this series, as I refuse to show you any ending that isn't the perfect ending. And there is another continue in our pocket. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get the perfect bonus. Nothing to it here. And boom! Now, as far as the color scheme of special stages, they've been chosen in such a fashion that represents the color of the emerald that you're going after. I'm sure that's a detail you've already caught on to in the first 7 special stages, but I felt that it was worth noting anyway, and I thought that was nice all around. You gotta admit, this background of the Hidden Palace always conveyed this sense of absolute beauty. Makes me pretty eager to get to the actual Hidden Palace itself, which is conveniently located within the Lava Reef Zone. That'll be, at least 3 or 4 videos after this one goes up. Well, This video is looking more like a highlight of a special stage instead of Mushroom Hill, because here we are, back at the Hidden Palace Shrine again. And what that means is, we have the 4th emerald to grab. Now, this one in particular, this tends to be a stage where people just skip over the part where they collect the rings and just get the blue spheres. But honestly, picking up both the rings and the spheres is freakishly easy. Like, there's legit no challenge to it. And I used to think there's a challenge because younger me took a very long time to come to the revelation that he could just pick up a few blue spheres, like typically 3, then jump inside this box to get all the rings, and then continue playing through the stage, as if my typical approach to it had never changed. It is seriously that straightforward, as you are about to see. But generally, when people play this stage, they skip over the rings. Not me though, I'm a perfectionist. Pun not intended. Seriously, it really wasn't intended. Some of the puns just come naturally, I can't help it! Alright, there's a perfect bonus. Now let's get the rest of the spheres and get the heck out of here. Although you do have to be careful. If you recall, the longer you stay in these stages, the faster you will go. So you need to be ready to jump over the red sphere so you can use the bounce sphere to transition to the next part of a special stage. If you jump way too late or too early, that could be the end of the line for you. In my case though, not so much. We have nailed the 4th special stage and grabbed our 4th super emerald. Pretty sure by the end of this video, we will have a total of 5. Alright, power that chaos emerald so it turns into a super emerald! Excuse me. And there is a spring to the left, as Tails was kind enough to demonstrate. Actually, hold on. I said earlier there was one special state I remember, but I think there's at least 2 more that we could find. Is there another one right here? No, instead there's just a narrow tunnel consisting of a badnik that seems to resemble a windmill. Like, it comes with a wind effect that will blow you back unless you get rid of the badnik quickly. Oh look, the scenes are changing again. Is it winter though? Because the grass is all silvery and the trees above us are just as silvery too. And we have green mushrooms. But I don't know. This doesn't give me the sense that we're going through a forest that's covered in snow. And we did talk about seasonal changes. But even I can't be troubled to believe that the season would change that fast. That it'll already be snow. And funnily enough, in the Sonic & Knuckles set of stages, there isn't any snow, like, at all. Which is a darn shame. Let's see. Tails, come down here. Yeah, give me a hand. Trying to see if there's a higher section I can reach, where we'll find another of the emeralds. Is it? Yeah! So, we could have actually gotten all the emeralds in this video. That is insane! I don't believe it! And I let that first one go. All because I did not realize that a special stage ring will be lost to us if I jumped into one without actually starting a special stage by me then jumping onto a Chaos Emerald. If I had known that, we wouldn't even need to be trouble looking for a big ring up a flying battery, which is after this stage. I don't believe it. I had the opportunity to go for a true perfect finish on the very first stage. Mushroom Hill is basically a clone of the Emerald Hill Zone, as long as you are playing the full version of Sonic 3. If you aren't, then the best you can do is just get 6 emeralds. It's almost like Sonic Mania's Green Hill Zone, where at best you can get 5 emeralds with Sonic and 6 as Knuckles. I could have pulled off something really awesome right now. But, well. Well. We're gonna go ahead and get this emerald and the one after it anyway, so we'll have 6 in our pocket. And the last one, we'll just get a flying battery. Let's also bag ourselves in a perfect bonus. And you know, I might have spoken too soon. We may still be able to get at least 1,000,000 points if it's played through after all. If we don't, though, it is what it is. The whole point with playthrough is to beat the game anyway. With all the emeralds in our pocket. And that's the 5th one right there. 5 out of Super Emeralds already collected, and we haven't even gotten past the Mushroom Hill Zone. So that's pretty promising. And just how many times is that extra life notification gonna go off until it stops? I don't think it stops even if you do get the maximum number of 99 lives, which is a thing in this game. Mushroom Hill Act 2, and there's definitely one more big ring to be found just up ahead. There are also 2 different pathways through which you could enter this last section of the second act, which again I can't tell if all of that is snow or just the life literally being sucked out of the nature all around us, which seems to make more sense given how the Act 2 boss is gonna work. Because I haven't forgotten how the Act 2 boss works at all, so I think that's what's going on here. I think Eggman is draining the life out of Mushroom Hill Zone, so it's not so much a seasonal change as it is just him outright attacking nature. Which I suppose could cause a seasonal change if we're being technical, but either way, that's a no-no, Egghead. That is a no-no. Gonna have to stop you. Or at least I will once I get all the emeralds. And when I do, you're guaranteed to be stopped anyway. I don't know how people cannot like the Blue Sphere stages. Like, I just don't get it. To me, they are hands down the best special stages, period, when it comes to a Sonic game. Well, between that and the one seen in Sonic Mania where you get the emeralds. But Mania itself was kind enough to bring the Blue Sphere stages back, and I was glad for that. Also, if you're wondering, I'm saying the clusters of blue spheres that are at 4 at a time, because I don't want to make the same mistake I did the first stage earlier, where I skipped out a perfect bonus. I don't want that. So, I'm going to be a lot more vigilant. Let's see. Okay, backtrack here, and pick these babies up. Not a perfect bonus yet. Weren't there spheres over here? Yes, they were. Dang, these rings are noisy! I will admit, though, that one thing I will give up to those who are anti-blue spheres is that the faster you go in these stages, the more disorienting they can feel. It doesn't affect me all that much, though, as I've gotten used to them. But the more I think about it, the more I get where they're coming from. If they have the stance of not liking these stages at all. I like them, though. I think that's the pinnacle of special stage design. But not everyone is on board with them, so it is what it is. Okay. We are going a little bit faster than I would have liked, though. I'll say that. We need to find the last spheres, and we need to find them now. There's just 8 left. Where are they? There they are. One more group. One more group. Where are they? Oh, by the way, don't bother taking the yellow spheres. If you can avoid it, they're not all that helpful here. Da-da. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, there they are, there they are! Whew. That one took a little more time than I was used to, but we did it. We got ourselves the 6th Super Emerald, and we are all poised to grab the last one up the flying battery. I think it was the red Super Emerald, was it? I honestly wasn't paying attention. Although I don't think it was. I think we already grabbed the red emerald. Yeah, we did grab the red emerald. That's the one right there. So which one was it? Oh, that was a red emerald. Then the other one must have been orange. Okay, clearly I'm colorblind. But that doesn't matter. Alright, so this video's gone on long enough as it is. I think it's time to show ourselves out of here. By the way, this part of the stage feels kind of weird at times. Like, at some time when you take this spring, it'll just take you on the curve as normal. But at other times, there's actually a hidden passageway right through that curve that you can sometimes access, but I don't know how you force it to be accessible. I keep thinking at times it has to do with that crane machine that we've taken to get up here in the first place. But I've still not been able to replicate it. Does anyone else know what I'm talking about? Like when I played Sonic 3 and Knuckles back in the day on the Genesis, there was definitely a hidden passageway there. You know what? I'm gonna jump in here real quick, because with the boss coming up, I'll feel a lot more comfortable if I get the fire shield. The bubble shield can have its uses, but for the kind of boss that we're about to go up against, I think the fire shield would be, yep, it'd be a lot more useful. I also noticed we're 6 rings away from an extra life. So let's see if I can add to my life counter. There we go. Now, we're done. We're out of here. No further business required. And there it is, guys. That's the very machine that's been sucking the life out of Mushroom Hill. And I don't like that at all. So what do you think we should do to handle this? Oh, that's right. We trash Eggman's machines as always, cause we're Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what we do. Come here. Oh yeah, by the way, this block is partly a side-scroller, which is why you will want the fire shield as opposed to the bubble shield. It is a lot more equipped for situations like this. As you're running through here, you're gonna have to jump up and attack him, but you will need to be careful of these spiked balls that can be located inside these doorways made entirely of tree branches. But once you're taking care of the boss, they'll completely disappear, and they will be no more of a threat to you than they are to anyone else. Wow, that boss went by pretty quick. Barely gave me any time to actually explain the inner workings of it, and honestly, it's not that complex a boss. Just as long as you don't get hit by anything along the way and you're able to maintain a steady stream of speed, you can handle that boss pretty easily. Even more so if you've got the fire shield on hand, which gives you access to an air dash. And the air dash itself helps keep you from losing too much momentum along the way, which is really nice. Anyway, Mushroom Hill Zone is completed. And that means we're going to be going to none of the stages that showed us face in Sonic Mania. Personally, it wasn't a selection I was all too thrilled over, as the Flying Battery Zone wasn't all that memorable to me, although some of you might find that blasphemous because apparently this stage had a share of admirers, which I'm not against at all. It is a good stage after all. I just would have picked other stages in Sonic 3 before this one, but either way, Flying Battery Zone's up next in line from the Sonic & Knuckles series of stages in this Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough series, but for now, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know what you thought with your likes and comments down below. Also, to keep up the series, hit that sub button and ring that bell. I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace! Blue Blurs for life, and take care.